Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another video. And this is going to be my second Readathon TBR video for the month. This one is going to be for the DesertAthon, and it is being hosted by Bookish Buddies. I will drop all the links down below. The only thing is with this one, I'm going to be doing a TBR every Sunday until I finish, because this is a game board style Readathon. There are 62 spots and I'm rolling a 6-sided dice. I'm starting off my first one with 6 rolls, and then from there I might change the amount that I do every Sunday just to see where I get. It depends on how far I get every week. So I'm starting off with 6 though, and I'm really excited. There are some really cool prompts. Each one of these spaces has their own assigned prompt or action. There are book prompts, but there are also things that'll help you move along, like you can skip ahead spots. There are some where you have to go backwards. There are wild cards. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get my rolling in. So yes, let's go do that, and then we can hop on to figuring out this TBR. Okay, so here is my setup. There's my board. There's my 6-sided dice. There's where I'm gonna write down my rolls, and here's the prompt list. So let's get started. Like I said, I'm going to be doing 6 rolls and we'll see how this goes. So roll number 1 is going to be spot number 6. Spot number 6 is a wild card. Okay, roll number 2, 6 again. So we will be going to 12. And 12 is going to be a book featuring travels. Okay, roll number 3, 1, so from 12 to 13. 13 is going to be go to 21, so I'm going to skip ahead, and that is a cover with fire. Okay, roll number 4. It's going to be 5, so from 21, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 26 is go back to 24. So that is a hyped book. Okay, roll number 5 is going to be 5. So I went back to 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 29 is going to be a recent purchase or a loaned book. Final roll for this week is going to be 5. So from 29, I got to roll. So from 29, we're going 5 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 34. So 34 is go to 39, and that is another wild card. Okay, so as you saw, I went with the 6. I did pretty well. I got more than halfway through the board, which is pretty cool. So as you saw, I got 2 wild cards. What I'm going to be doing for my wild cards is last month I started doing a TBR pick. I did an update every Sunday. That's what made me think of doing that every week. I had a lot of fun doing it and having like a weekly TBR. It was a good time. I had a really great time doing it. So for my wild card picks, I'm going to be going out of my TBR jar for those. These are, some of them are prompts, some of these are actual book titles, and some of those book titles are really, really big. So this could get really out of hand. But yeah, so for the first wild card pick, since that was roll number 1, let's get to it. And this is going to be Vampire, so a book featuring vampires. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so for this one featuring vampires, this is the second book in a series. I loved the first one. I believe I rated it a 5-star or a 4.5. Like, I adored the book so much, and I've been wanting to get in the sequel, and this is the perfect excuse to do it, and that is going to be The Damned by Readathon. This is the second book in the Beautiful series. I don't know if that's the name of the series, but the first book is The Beautiful. I loved everything about that book. The atmosphere, the characters, everything, and I was so excited by the ending of that book. I went, holy crap. So yes, I cannot wait for this one. This could not have worked out better. Okay, so as you saw for roll number 2, I got a book featuring travel. This is a book where literally the entire thing is travel. It's a walking book. That's all everybody in this does, is walk and walk and walk and maybe ride some horses and then walk some more. But I read this is a reread of the series. I did not get to the second book last month. I ran out of time and my TBR got really crazy with my TBR picks every week. So I'm finally getting to this and it works out and I'm very excited. And that is The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the second book in the Lord of the Rings. And like I said, you don't get more walking than the Lord of the Rings. It's literally the entire point of the book is them walking everywhere. So yeah, that's the setting, is traveling. So yeah, I cannot wait. I love these. I am doing the audiobook versions this time around. I have read the series twice before in the past, or more than that, I don't remember. But I'm doing a reread for the first time in a really long time, and I'm doing the audiobooks this time. I loved The Fellowship of the Ring. It was beautiful. I was whisked away. I was so happy to be back in Middle Earth after so long. So I will be doing the audiobook, but I'm so freaking excited. Okay, so as you saw for roll number 3, it is a book featuring a fire on the cover. I also started this series. You know what? I should say, if you are new to my channel, I never finish series. So I never get to the next book. Like, I take forever. So for me to be getting in multiple second books in this already, this will be the third one that is a second in a series, so I'm kind of proud of myself. And that is going to be Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. This is the second book in the Gentleman Bastard series. As you can see, my copy has some very awesome foiled flames that go on. No flames, flames, no flames, flames, no flames, flames. But yeah, I loved the first book. It was 5 stars. I did the audiobook for it. If I can get my hands on the audiobook, I'll definitely do the audiobook again, because the narrator was one of the best I've ever came across. He was amazing. But if not, I will read this physically. I have no problem. I loved this though. We're following the story of a young man named Locke Lamora. We start off the story when he is very young. He is an orphan and he has an absolute knack for thieving. He ends up finding himself in this group where their religion is about thieving and being con artists, and I love anything to do with con artists and heists. The Lies of Locke Lamora, that is the whole plot, is we have a heist going on and it's them doing this huge grand scheme, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. It was nothing like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of like a more serious adult fantasy. It was not. It was really funny. I was cracking up a lot of it. It got really emotional in parts. It was action-packed. So I cannot wait to get into the second one. I don't know what this one's about. I don't want to know what it's about. I just want to dive in and be absorbed in this story again because it was so good. Okay, so for prompt number 4 was a hyped book. I really don't think you get any more hyped than this series. This book is also on my May the Force Read With You TBR. This one is a 1,200 plus page book. So this one and one other book are the only two that I'm allowing myself to cross over between the two readathons because of how big they are. The other one is Malice, but I haven't found a spot for it yet. So this one is going to be Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. This is the most recent book in the Stormlight archive. I don't know what this is about either. I don't want to know. I love this series. Every single book in this series has been 5 stars. And I had to take a break though. I made my way through the first 3 back to back, but I read Oathbringer in March, and it was just so big and I was just so overwhelmed with how long it took me that I needed a break. So in April I didn't read the next book. I want to get it in this month. So yes, Rhythm of War, giant. I don't have a physical copy of it. I'm waiting for the dual edition of it because I have the rest of the series in the dual editions. But yeah, it's massive. I am so excited to get into this though. I'm ready again. I needed a break, but here we go. Okay, so roll number 5 was a recent purchase. This was my most recent purchase. It literally got here today, right before I started filming. So yeah, I don't know if graphic novels count on this readathon. I didn't see any rules that say they don't, so I'm counting it. And if I find out later that we can't, then I guess I'll go off a different book. But this is my most recent. Like I said, it got here today, and this author is one of my absolute favorite. I've been making my way through all of his works, and that is going to be Fragments of Horror by Junji Ito. This is a horror graphic novel. I believe these are short stories broken up. His artwork is absolutely insane, as always. I love his artwork so much. His stories are always super gory and super funny at the same time. Like, I don't know, he manages to blend absolutely horrific art with really funny and kind of cheesy storylines, and I love it. All of his books have been 5 or 4 stars, and I cannot wait to get into this. Like I said, I don't know if graphic novels count, but I wasn't told no in any of the videos, so I'm counting it, and I cannot wait. This is probably my most hyped one for this because I love everything by him and I cannot wait. Okay, so for my last roll, as you saw, I ended up on another wild card, so here's the TBR jar. Let's see what we get. Okay, it's a random book from my TBR cart. I have 4 different TBR carts around my room, so I'm going to pick one at random. So let's get on that. Okay, as you saw, I went with Into the Drowning Deep by Merrick Grant. I am such a huge fan of Merrick Grant. They also write under the name of Shauna Maguire. The Wayward Children series is my absolute favorite series. I love it so much. Every single one of those books are 5 stars. I love them all so freaking much. And I want to get more into her horror. I've heard that this one is really good. It has to do with like killer mermaids. I've been wanting to get to this one. I just never pick it up for some reason. So when I saw it and I was staring off to the side, because I ended up going with one of my TBR carts that are right next to me, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's finally get into this one. So Killer Mermaids, this is going to be the last prompt for this week. I am so excited. Okay, so there we go. That wraps up my first week of the DesertAthon. I've got a pretty big stack of books here. And that's a lot of pages. As well as the May the Force Read With You-a-thon. I still have those books. So that one though is all month long, and I only have to read 7 books, even though 2 of them are very, very big. But this is fine. That works out for me still. I got a lot of books to choose from. Okay, so on next Sunday, I will decide how many rolls I'm going to do depending on how many of these books I get through. Also, I do have to pick, I'm going to put it in a vlog because it doesn't have to do with any readathon. I didn't finish my TBR for last month, so I have to take a punishment prompt, so that's an extra book. Maybe I do have skips and miss a turn and stuff like that in here, so maybe I'll get lucky. But yeah, check out my vlog for that though. I will find out what exactly I'm getting myself into there. But yeah, I'm excited. I cannot wait. If you're taking part in this readathon, definitely let me know. I'd love to know what your TBR is. If you have cool like games like this for your TBR, I would love to watch those videos as well. So there we go. That wraps up this week. I will check in with you guys next Sunday, and you can find out what mess I'm going to get myself in too. Okay, so as always, I'm Bobby. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up. All my social media links will be down below. And as always, happy reading. Bye.